Welcome back, my fellow aggressive learners. In this episode, I'll be introducing you to div and then span element. Right now, remember we said that the div element is used for grouping and even the span element. But this time around, I want you to understand that the div element can allow you to group a whole lot of elements. All right, but the span element is mostly used to group what inline elements. Let's get that to practice and then get to understand this. But before you continue, please, in case you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, just quickly click on this subscribe button and then hit on the notification button so that you will always see all my courses as soon as I update them. Thank you very much. Now let's get to the main business. So I'm going to define two div tag. All right, let me define the first div tag, div, and inside that div I want to have h1. I want to write Gen Z generation love shortcuts to what? To greatness. Let me get back to my div. So that is the heading I want. And then the next thing I want inside that tag is what I want a p tag. All right, inside that p tag I want lorem, let's say 50. So that's it, right? Now this does not in any way affect the output on the browser. All right, this does not in any way affect the output on the browser. So now I have two elements inside this div. Note it, two elements inside this div. If you're paying attention, I have two elements inside this div. Now, let me also take one of these. Let me say they hate reading, learning, and like free things and shortcuts plus shortcuts. Yes, that is the truth. So I just place this. Now I want to copy this. I want to put it inside a span tag. All right, span tag. Now, very important. What I want to make you understand is that all these things are children of this div. Div is the parent tag, right? They are children of this div. Div is the parent tag. Now, this one is used to target. This is an inline element. This is an inline content, and span was used to target it. Now, inside this span, I can do emphasis, I can do I tag, I can do anything I want to do. All right, I can do anything I want to do. Remember, I can do emphasis and drop it. Right? Good. Now, one beautiful thing about this is that you can go ahead and in this CSS and pick each of the elements and define them. I can pick H1, give it a property, pick span tag. All right. I can also give them classes. All right. Remember, we've talked about class selectors. So now I'm going to pick H1. All right, and I'm going to give it color. Let me do text transform capitalize. I'm going to pick span. Remember, I say you can target span only as an element, as a selector. You can target it straight and give it a color of what? Of green, or even red. Yes, I think that makes it more conspicuous. And then I can give it a text style, font style of what? Font family. This is a long, I've introduced something very big, right? Okay, good. It's a good place to start. All right, you can do area black, blah blah blah. and all that. All right, good. But for now, I don't want to introduce you to that, but it's okay since we've already done that. Now, beautiful. Let's go ahead and see if we can, since we can define all these elements one after the other. Did you see the span tag? Now let's see if we can define div tag. Div tag. Let's give it a background color. Let's give it a color first. Color red. No, color green. It means everything inside this place, everything that is the children of what? Everything that is the children of this div, they are going to take on this what? Attribute, except and otherwise if you have defined that element to have its own color. So we have specifically said no, we don't want this one to take that color. We have called that element and we gave it its own color. Otherwise it will take green. Just imagine now I remove this red, it will take on green. As beautiful as that. Good. So now I want you to also understand that you can give this thing classes. So I can give it a class container. Right? So I can actually go ahead and maybe if I don't want to do div, I can do what? Dot container. Right? That div settles it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I think that kind of makes more sense, right? Good. Now I can also do a class here. Class my text. So I'm going to do my text. That means I have given this thing a class. If I don't want to target it with span, I can do text. I can do dot text, right? Dot my text. Everything still works well, right? Now watch this. Watch this. I'm going to duplicate this class. All right, you can see. Remember that I can also do background color gray. Everybody has taken exactly what I am, the background color, right? Now look at this. Very, very, very important to note. I want you to understand that I was able to define this text here and it worked. I can also choose to define it in this place and it will work. I can also choose to define this text in this place and it will affect it. I don't know if this makes sense, right? Good. So this is what you can do. The div and the span element help you to group your HTML so that you can effectively manage them in your CSS file. I'm taking my time to introduce this because we're going to be doing that a lot. For you to write a good HTML, you should be able to group them into sections, group them into containers, group them into different elements so that you can manage them effectively. To be able to have what we call separation of concern. That will be all for this class, and please, I will see you in the next section.